Program is a presentation of Hall Sports Communications.
Southeast Mortgage, the official home loan lender of the Georgia Bulldogs, presents today's sports report. On today's program, we'll talk about University of Georgia football and more. And now, from the studios of UGA Football News on Facebook and Instagram, here's the host of today's sports report, Chris Hall.
Well, hey guys, y'all come on in the house. Good to have you with us here on a Thursday evening. I think maybe, just maybe, we have had time to recover from the debacle up in Atlanta at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. I think we've had time to recover, kind of catch our breath a little bit over that. And but we're going to talk a little bit about that tonight on our program. If you'd like to chime in, just you can type your comments in, and we'll let the world see them. As long as you keep it clean. Joshua Singletary already jumping in with us, and he says, "Go Dogs!" And we're right there with you, Joshua. And Matthew Hall online with us as well. I see the big G up on the wall there.
Yep, go Dogs, go Dogs.
So we have, our administrative assistant here has got us a stack of stuff. And of course, again, if you have questions or if you have comments, you can chime in. And we'll eventually get around to the Alabama game, though we do not want to. But, we're broadcast professionals. So we're going to have to just kind of look back quickly. But then we're going to pivot forward to look at the matchup between Georgia and Michigan. We're going to play a Big Ten team here in the college football playoffs for the opportunity to play the winner of Alabama and Cincinnati in that game. Right. It'll be New Year's Eve, the Georgia game, and as well as the Alabama-Cincinnati game, be on New Year's Eve. Georgia will be down in Miami, the game starting at 7:30.
Yeah.
And the Alabama and Cincinnati game will be out in Dallas, Texas. That'll be a 3:30 game. So that'll be we'll be chiming in the new year, watching watching the Georgia game at least anyway. So Matthew, let's talk a little bit. Let me get into my stack of stuff here. Georgia football tight end Brock Bowers is the SEC Freshman of the Year. No surprise there.
No, not at all.
Yeah, through 13 games. Bowers has 47 catches, 791 yards, 11 touchdowns. He also has 4 rushes for 56 yards and a touchdown. He broke the school's single-season receiving yard record by a tight end. He's 2 catches away from tying the school's record of tight end catches. Not to mention, Bowers tied Terrence Edwards' single-season touchdown reception record at 11. He has at least one more game to play, so it's possible he'll break that record. Bowers could get close to breaking Edwards' single-season receiving yard record as well. Edwards is the only Bulldog to record 1,000-yard receiving, 1,000 yards in a season receiving. Bowers is just 211 yards away from that. So. Brock Bowers, congratulations to Brock Bowers, a man among men.
Yeah, I mean, in the words of Larry Muntzman, my guy, what a freshman.
Yeah.
I mean, he has had a stellar season. I mean, wow, and really, coming into this season, I don't think anybody would have saw, that kind of season coming from him. So,
yeah,
really, just you can only say kudos to him and just really just give big congratulations to him on the season that he's had.
Yeah, he made some amazing catches against Alabama in traffic. Unfortunately, it wasn't enough, as we know, as Georgia went down to defeat. But Brock Bowers, what a great season Brock Bowers has had, and congratulations to him for being the SEC Freshman of the Year and obviously made the freshman team, the SEC freshman team for the year. Also, Georgia football defensive coordinator Dan Lanning was snubbed out of winning the Broyles Award given out to the top assistant coach in college football. Instead, the award went to Michigan's offensive coordinator Josh Gaddis. Gaddis did a tremendous job with the Wolverines offense this year. But, we kind of figured it should be Dan Lanning winning that award, the Broyles Award given out to the top assistant coach. Probably. And this award was voted on after the Alabama game, the SEC championship game. So probably it could be that loss to Alabama cost Dan Lanning the award
Yeah,
because our defense stunk it up. Played so well all year long and then did not have the game we anticipated
that's
against
right.
Alabama. But Dan Lanning did a great job. He's still with Georgia. Haven't seen any rumors about him being, considered as a head coach at another school. No rumors about him being dissatisfied with Georgia and moving on to be an assistant at some other program. So Dan Lanning, we got Dan Lanning with us, and that's good. Trip Block says, "Hey guys,
Hey,
we love Trip.
Trip, how you doing,
He's a
man?
good guy." And
Kathy Sue Ferguson chiming in saying it's
it's
rigged.
rigged. I
I
don't
mean,
know what's rigged. We don't know what's rigged.
I will say that Georgia did look, terribly, terribly bad.
They
Stetson
stunk.
Bennett. I will say that Stetson Bennett did look awfully upset. Oftentimes after, um, he threw his hands up a lot after a lot of the receivers stopped their runs on routes. Jordan Davis pretty much I saw no effective play from him, getting behind the line virtually all day, which was very, very surprising. Considering
Yeah,
he's
Jordan
done
did
it all
okay
year.
on.
I
Yeah, Jordan
mean,
did okay on run defense, but he was
you
sluggish.
know,
It looked like he was sluggish when it came to mounting any kind of pass rush, which Georgia never sacked. Okay, Auburn sacked the Alabama quarterback 7 times in the Iron Bowl. Georgia didn't have one sack.
and we know that. I know that's you probably, Tim, but that's okay too. At the same time, Bryce Young, look, at the end of the day, you know, it's just, Georgia just did not play the same game that they should have played. It was not the same Georgia team that it's not the same Georgia 12-0 team that they did not look the same that they've looked all season. They didn't play a good game offensively. They didn't play a good game defensively. They gave up 300 yards in one quarter, for God's sakes.
Second quarter
Uh,
was terrible, disaster.
Terribly, the worst game I've seen them play, of course, all season. Um, Quite surprising, to say the least. Hats off to Alabama. I hate to say that because I hate Alabama, but there will
Well,
be
we
a
don't hate Alabama now. We
I do,
dislike
I
Alabama.
do believe there will be a rematch, and I do not believe that Alabama will beat Georgia 2 times in a row this season.
Okay.
I don't believe that that will happen.
Yeah.
I don't believe that. Will there be a quarterback? I reposted a video today from our good friend Bryce Coon. He does a good job of
Yeah, we
coverage
like Bryce. He's a good guy.
over at the Crowded Booth, which
The
is his
crowded booth.
uh,
Yeah.
his his podcast. Want to give him a shout out. If y'all get a chance to follow him, it's at the Crowded Booth on Instagram and Facebook. He works for does some covers for 247 Sports, and what else does he do, Dad?
Yeah, he's the Georgia Tech writer for 247
Yeah,
Sports, which is, you know,
no,
an unfortunate
but
situation at the moment.
yeah, he does.
Anyway, Bryce
He
does a
does
good
great
job, and
work
he
though.
works with Mercer also. He does
Right.
some broadcasting for Mercer football.
Yeah, he does great. He does great
Good
work
as-
though. And I reposted a video that he posted today, and he was talking about the quarterback issue for Georgia, and he was just pointing out the fact that he believes that there should be a change at quarterback with Stetson Bennett. And he just made some fair points. Um, about JT Daniels and the ability of JT Daniels, the talent wise of JT Daniels being, if you take away, the running ability. Yes, Stetson has the running ability, But in terms of throwing ability, NFL quarterback type throwing ability, I mean, Stetson Bennett versus JT Daniels. JT Daniels, I mean, apparently has you know has him.
That's
He has an edge on him, and
Stetson didn't. He didn't have a bad game against Alabama.
no,
His overall numbers:
he threw for over
340
300
yards
yards,
passing. He was
and
29 of 48 passing, 3 touchdown passes, but the interceptions killed him.
yeah,
Bennett has 5 interceptions against Alabama in 2 games. I said before the game started, 2 things concerned me about Georgia: Bryce Young at quarterback and his ability at quarterback for Alabama, and number 2, Nick Saban and that staff and their ability to prepare for an opponent in a big game. Alabama, I think they kind of juked us a little bit this year. They get lost to Texas A&M, had struggled against LSU, struggled against Auburn. I think they were laying low in the bushes because they played lights out against Georgia, their best game of the season by far, matched with Georgia's worst game of the season. And Georgia's worst game of the season had a lot to do with Alabama and how they played in that game. And just to be honest with you, I love Stetson. Stetson's been a great quarterback, a good manager for the Georgia offense for this year. And I know he has that running ability, and they like the versatility of Stetson being able to run with the ball when necessary. But you got a walk-on quarterback, and you have 5-star quarterbacks sitting on the bench with great ability. I think Stetson did good to get us this far, but
yeah.
I don't know
Well,
if Kirby Smart is inclined to make the change and to with JT Daniels. He might be inclined to do that. I would want to see JT start a game. I don't want to see him come in at the second, for the second half or something like that.
Well, the argument and see the argument that the video that Bryce King posted today was and I reposted it on our Instagram page. If you and everybody that's listening to this, I sent the invites out on Facebook. Now if you're not on our Instagram page, that's our big page. It's at UGA Football News all together. We have over 117,000 followers on that page. That's our biggest page. That's our biggest social media platform that we have. And, that's where I reposted this video. But the argument that he was making there was he kind of made an argument that Kirby Smart was stubborn, kind of stubborn about not wanting to, or, he had this stubbornness or loyalty to Stetson Bennett, not wanting to make the change at quarterback. And, but for me, I believe that, I look at Alabama and I look at a couple of their national championships in recent past, and, they did it with the 2 quarterback system. And guess who they did it with? They did
Tua
it
got us.
with
Tua
Tua.
got us one of those
They
games.
did it with Tua and Jalen Hurts. And
Yeah.
they did it twice with those 2 quarterbacks. So I'm in no way opposed to using JT Daniels in the Alabama game. And I don't think a lot of Georgia fans are. And I honestly don't believe Stetson Bennett is opposed to it. I mean, yeah, I don't think his feelings would be hurt as bad as some people think it would be, because at the end of the day, there's no I in team. I mean, if you the goal is to win. It's not the goal is not to it's not to allow one person to have the stardom. The goal is to win the national championship. And not so. I mean, yeah, it's great that he's gotten us this far, but if one team happens to be his nemesis, you know, then let somebody else have a shot at that team.
Yep.
And,
Well, I'm if Kirby calls me, I'm gonna give him my opinion.
I mean,
By
that's
the way, our Instagram page, UGA Football News, UGA Football News on Instagram. How many we got? How many? 117,000 or something like that.
yeah, we're at
Rumor,
over 117,000 on that
rumor
page.
is Rumor is, Donald Trump is one of our followers. That's just a rumor. I can't confirm that.
That's,
Yeah,
that's
you
definitely
don't
not
think
true.
so? Okay. CBS announced
That's definitely not true.
out of our stack of stuff. CBS announced that the 2021 SEC championship game was the most watched conference championship game since 2018. It was also the number one streamed college football game ever on Paramount Plus, a streaming service launched in March of 2021, owned by Viacom and CBS Streaming. The game averaged 8.2 rating, 15.277 million viewers, making it the second largest audience for a conference championship game since the last time Georgia and Alabama played back in 2018. So there you go. Also, out of our stack of stuff, the 2021 freshman All SEC team has been announced. Georgia has four representatives on the All SEC freshman team. On offense, Ladd McConkey was on the All Freshman team. Wide receiver, tight end, of course, Brock Bowers. Offensive lineman, Broderick Jones. And defensive back, Kelly Ringo, making the All SEC freshman team. So congratulations to those guys. And we had several on the end. I was trying to find my thing with the SEC, the All SEC team. We had several, obviously, on the All SEC team.
Get his hat right.
And we also and Kirby Smart, SEC Coach of the Year for this year. So there you go.
Hey, I appreciate that. Hold on a minute, Dad. I read that comment too, Josh Singletary, and I think you're right, man. I mean,
yeah, that he's got a kind of a commentary there, but
no, I mean, I read his comment about about the entire team. I mean, Georgia didn't attempt to block at all. They were standing straight up. We did go through the motions, and Bennett could have played a whole lot better if we had better blocking. I mean, we did not play a good game as a team. I mean, we didn't play a game. We didn't play Georgia football on that game. And I'm gonna tell you right now, I don't know if it was an act, the week before. It almost makes me feel like Alabama put on an act when they played Auburn. I mean, because I can tell you this, Alabama showed up ready to play Georgia.
Yeah.
Well,
I can tell you this about the Iron Bowl too. Alabama and Auburn, they don't act. No, they Auburn lives to beat Alabama, and Auburn's got a good team. It was a straight up good game, but just Alabama had one of those games. Georgia had, unfortunately, one of those games in the opposite.
I appreciate that. I appreciate the comment though, Miss Josh, and I appreciate that your input. And I appreciate you following all of y'all, anybody that chimes in, and that's why we do this, and appreciate everybody that chimes in like that.
Bryce Young had a great game against Georgia. He was 26 of 44, 421 yards.
Yeah, I mean,
3 touchdowns, no interceptions. Had a quarterback rating of 98. Brian Robinson Jr., 18 carries, 55 yards. Bryce Young, 3 carries, 40 yards. Trey Sanders, 6 carries, 21 yards. Jameson Williams killed us as a receiver. 7 receptions, 184 yards.
Man, are you kidding? That guy had almost 2. Listen to me. That one receiver almost had 200 yards on our defense. Now, that is ridiculous.
Mitchie had 6 receptions, 97 yards.
And look,
Slade Bolden had 5 receptions, 54 yards. Yeah, they killed us. On the running, the wide receivers.
Out of money nose.
Let's see. For Georgia, James Cook had 11 carries, 38 yards. McIntosh, 4 carries, 32 yards. Zamir White, 7 carries, 27 yards. Brock Bowers had 10 receptions, 139 yards, and a touchdown. George Pickens, 2 receptions, 41 yards. Jermaine Burton, 3 receptions, 36 yards. So that's some of the highlights from, or the lowlights if you're a Georgia
Yeah,
fan. Alabama
yeah,
winning 41-24. Now,
man.
so let's turn
How,
the
hang on one second.
page.
Hang on one
Yeah.
second. Dad, I want to ask this question. How much Josh Singletary asked? He chimed in with the that comment. How much? How much are the tickets that you've been looking at? Just out of curiosity,
Yeah.
Joshua.
Yeah.
I just want to
Um,
know.
yeah.
Said
I don't. I
he
don't.
said he said I also want to add these tickets for the Orange Bowl need to be a little cheaper. I'd take a trip down to Miami if it wasn't so expensive. I'm just
Yeah.
curious. I'm just
Yeah.
curious how much those tickets are.
All right. So here we go. Now we're in the the college football playoffs begin. You have Alabama and Cincinnati. Um, Alabama is the top seed. They're in their 7th college football playoff in 8 years. They take on Cincinnati. Cincinnati, the first group of 5 school to make the college football playoffs. They'll be playing in the Cotton Bowl. That'll be on December 31st, Friday, December 31st
Hmm.
at 3:30 in the afternoon. Then at 7:30 that night, Georgia will be taking on Michigan. Michigan's secured the 2nd seed, Michigan's first berth in the college football playoffs. They'll play Georgia, the 3rd seed in the Orange Bowl. The Bulldogs are appearing in their 2nd college football playoff. So Michigan is attempting to become the 2nd Big Ten team in a row to advance to the final. You might remember, or you might have forgotten, that last year Ohio State played Alabama in the national college football national championship game.
Yeah,
Alabama, of course, took out Ohio State pretty easily in that game.
that's right.
So Michigan's trying to become the 2nd Big Ten team to make it to the college football championship game. Georgia, of course, coming in into the Orange Bowl after a loss to Alabama. Right now, the odds are that I think Alabama's a pretty significant favorite over Cincinnati. Last time I saw was around 10 points.
Hmm.
And for the Orange Bowl, where Georgia will be taking on Michigan, the Bulldogs are currently a 7.5 point favorite over Michigan. Now that'll fluctuate over time and
Yeah,
that kind of thing. So right now, the consensus is that Georgia has the edge on Michigan. If you don't know a whole lot about Michigan and who follows Big Ten football, I mean, every now and then we'll watch one of those games. Their quarterback is a guy by the name of Cade McNamara. He's a
yeah,
transfer in, pretty good quarterback. He's thrown for more than 250 yards in just 3 games, has a single 300-yard performance in throwing in their loss to Michigan State. The Michigan has pretty good defense. They have, in fact, one of their one of their linebackers is a Heisman Trophy hopeful. Aiden Hutchinson
yeah,
is the linebacker.
yeah.
Who he had 3 sacks against
That's
Ohio
right.
State. He's pretty good. He's pretty fierce
Uh,
linebacker too. He
that's
would
right.
stack up well in the linebacker room at the University of Georgia. By the way, congratulations to Nakobe Dean, the defensive player of the year in the
That's right.
SEC and the Butkus Award winner. Way to
Yeah.
go, Nakobe.
Way to
Very
go,
well
Nicole. Yes,
deserving
sir.
of that.
Way to go, Nicobe. Way to go. Go
And
dog.
so,
Go dog.
so you got Michigan, you got Georgia. Um, from what I can tell and from what I've been reading and studying on and, and seeing what people are saying about this game, it feels, it seems as if Georgia is a solid favorite, but, you got to play the game. Let's see. Cade McNamara, in passing yards, Cade McNamara, the quarterback for Michigan, this year passed for 2,470 yards and 15 touchdowns. He had 4 interceptions. Stetson Bennett, starter for Georgia, 2,325 yards, 24 touchdowns, 7 interceptions. As far as rushing is concerned, Hassan Haskins is the leading rusher for Michigan. Had a very good year. 261 carries, 1,288 yards, and 20 touchdowns. Zamir White leads Georgia in rushing, 135 carries, 718 yards, 10 touchdowns. Cornelius Johnson is the leading receiver for Michigan, 38 receptions, 609 yards, 3 touchdowns. Brock Bowers, leading receiver for Georgia, 47 receptions, 791 yards, and 11 touchdowns. So you got Georgia, you got Michigan. Um, so the question is, you know, is Georgia going to make a change at quarterback? It's weird. You get to this point in the season, and you have a quarterback who's been fairly successful. In fact, Stetson Bennett, as far as quarterback rating is concerned, is in the top 5 quarterbacks in the country. Um, but it's kind of weird. You get to this point in the college football season, and you get to the playoffs, and there's still a discussion as to who should be the quarterback. Should it be JT Daniels, or
Well,
should it be Stetson Bennett? I just, I know Stetson has the ability to run, and I know they like that, the option of running quarterback when he needs to run. But in my heart of hearts, and this is no reflection on Stetson Bennett whatsoever, but you've got to walk on playing when you've got 5-star quarterbacks sitting on the bench, and JT Daniels has that skill set. I just, I am not convinced that Georgia should not make a change. And, I'm just, I just, maybe we should. I don't know. Maybe we should.
well,
I just don't know. And there's a lot of discussion about it. And if Kirby calls me, I'll give him my opinion. So there you go. So,
and again, it goes back to there is no I in team. Should you make the change? And at this point, you're going to get every different person's going to have a different opinion on it. And at this point, it's a crucial decision. It's a very, very crucial decision. Because
really,
your whole season's on the line. And
you know,
Josh Singletary, you are correct. You got Pickens back. You better be utilizing him. At this point, you got to utilize this guy. I'm going to be honest with you. When George Pickens was healthy last season, at the end of last season, he was by far the best wide receiver in this country. At the end of last season, I know when Jake Fromm was throwing to him that last game that Jake Fromm was throwing to him, he was beast mode. That last,
I don't know if George is completely recovered.
well,
He
he's
he
out
looked
there.
good. He looked good
He's out
Saturday.
there. You better
But
look. Here's the thing. He's out there. You can make routes. He's still good enough to have routes that you can throw to him, slants. He's still good enough that you can throw a quick slant to him, and he can still catch that ball on that quick slant. He's still fast enough to get that quick slant and get that 5 yards on that defensive player. And get that 5 yards for you over and over and over again. And it doesn't matter. He can eat you alive on that. And Georgia's got to have that. They just, at this point in time, it's got to be done. Because they're going to have it to win. It's got, it's do or die. It's just the way it is. And so I agree with Josh Singletary's, and Josh said it. Pickens should be utilized more. I know for a fact he isn't 100% healthy though.
$580
And
for
and
Orange Bowl.
cheapest seats you found $580. Good gracious alive.
Right, we got that in the couch, man. We can handle
Wow.
that.
Yeah, we got it in the cash, man.
Yeah, the all SEC team, by the way. Brock Bowers from Georgia, Jordan Davis, N'Kobe Dean, Lewis Seen, made the All SEC team.
Congratulations to
Jamari
all of
Saylor made the All SEC team. Justin Schaefer. On the second team, Devontae Wyatt, Channing Tindall, Darian Kendrick, senior punter Jake Camarda was on the Camarda was on the second team. Seriously, who was on the first as a punter? I don't know. That shouldn't have been. But anyway, so congratulations to Kirby Smart, SEC Coach of the Year.
you. Yeah.
David Pollock. Hey, our good buddy David Pollock was inducted into the College Football Hall of Fame.
That's
Congratulations
right.
to David Pollock, one of the great Georgia
Because
players of the past.
I know some people don't like. I mean, I've heard some people, and over the past couple of years, just because of Pollock's take, sometimes, I mean, some people I've heard some people ride Pollock and give him a hard time, because he'll be, he's a college football analyst, and sometimes he don't go with Georgia, but
And,
man,
well, you're not supposed to. You're
know,
supposed to
but
tell
look,
what he thinks.
Pollock's a good guy,
Yeah.
and he has the Pollock foundation. I mean, and yes, Fromm will be starting with the Giants this weekend. Congratulations to Jake Fromm on that. I do hope he does
Listen,
well.
you and I are homers. We're always going to pull for Georgia, no matter what. David
That's
Pollock,
right.
however, on ESPN is an analyst, and
That's
it's his job to give his honest
That's
opinion.
right.
And
I mean,
sometimes, he'll tell it like he thinks it
he's just
is
gotta tell it. Look, it's
with
not.
the
It's not his
University of
job.
Georgia.
It's not his
He's not
job
supposed to
to say
be a
Georgia.
homer.
It's not his job to say Georgia every time.
Yeah.
I mean, that's not his job.
Hey, our good buddy Jake Fromm is
But
going to
yep,
be starting for the New York Football Giants this coming Sunday. Clendenin, I think, was the starting. The starting quarterback for the Giants got hurt, and the backup got hurt.
yep.
Jake was
Just
signed
everybody
off
hurt.
of the practice squad from the Buffalo Bills. Now he's going to be starting for the New York Football Giants. So congratulations to Jake Fromm, and we
Yeah.
hope that he sets it on fire. And the coaches for the Giants say, what in the world are we doing here? And this is our man. This is our guy. By the way, the Giants are not, I've NFL football, but the Giants are not out of the playoff picture, believe it or not, and they have a losing record. But with the crazy stuff going on in the NFL and in some of those divisions, the Giants still have a shot. So go from you go, Jake. Show them what you can do, buddy.
That's
You
crazy.
show them what you can do, my man,
That is crazy.
and
Yeah.
we'll give you kudos.
But yep, my new hat.
Yep. Southeast Mortgage. Oh, that's not your Southeast Mortgage hat.
No, I
That's
got that.
Nugget 10,
We
right?
got that one too, though.
Yeah.
You got that one too.
Yep. We love Southeast Mortgage, the official home loan lender
Thanks,
of the
Southeast
Georgia
Mortgage.
Bulldogs. Whenever you get ready to buy a house,
Look, then we got
you
this one.
can.
We got this one. Thanks to we got the Braves.
Yeah.
This is what Georgia's gonna do this time.
Mm-hmm. Other way. There you go. There you go. There you go. So if anytime you want to buy, when you get ready to buy a house, you want to finance a house, contact our good friends at Southeast Mortgage, the official home loan lender of the Georgia Bulldogs, southeastmortgage.com/UGA. Hey, we talked a while back about big news coming our way for today's sports report and UGA football news. It's still under wraps. Things are still progressing.
That's right.
And one of these days, we're going to make an announcement. And to be honest with you, it's going to blow your guy's mind. It's just you're going to say, what? What is this? And
very excited.
I mean, it's blowing our mind already.
Yeah,
I mean, but
big news.
We have some pretty exciting news.
Yeah, we do.
Coming our way. Shout out to Chris Brigette, our good buddy up in Kentucky. He's our partner.
Very, very excited. Big shout
Listen,
out.
if you haven't gone to our website, UGAFBnews.com, UGAFBnews.com.
Yep.
Chris is our website guy. That thing is beautiful. You'll find all kinds of information there. You'll find links there. Chris does a tremendous job with UGAFBnews.com. And so check that out. And we love
He's on the running back for Georgia now.
Yep. Yep.
He's a former running back for Georgia, and
Yep.
he look, that website is absolutely stunning.
It's stunning. It's stunning. There's no better looking website, sports related.
I mean, he really did a great job with what he did with that, and man, it's beautiful. Make sure you check it out, and please subscribe to it too.
So the Giants are playing the Saints. Well, come on, Giants. Not those Saints out. Okay, Michigan, Georgia and Michigan, Friday, December 31st, 7:30 p.m. We're going to try to get our good friend Rusty Mansell back on with us. You know what Rusty's doing? Rusty Mansell, he is as we're recording this is a Thursday night. He'll be on, I think, Georgia Public TV. I think doing one of the high school championship games. He'll be the color analyst. I think he's got a couple of those games maybe. You know, it's championship time for high school football in Georgia, and so our public Georgia Public Television televises all of the high school championship games. And so Rusty Mansell, a good friend from 247sports.com, has been the color analyst for Peachtree TV. He's kind of migrated over now to the public, Georgia Public TV, to do some color analysis for a couple of those championship games. So congratulations to him. He's a good guy. He loves to talk about Georgia and hunting. So we're going to get him on to talk about Georgia.
He's a great guy.
He is.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's, I'm tired. Wheel of Fortune is about to come on, so I need to go, try to test my brain and see if I can answer some of those questions. And then I'll hang around for Jeopardy, And, they never have a University of Georgia football category on Jeopardy. If you want,
maybe one day they will.
If you want to stump some people,
maybe one day they will.
Yeah. Well, what was the first mascot for the University of Georgia? It was a goat.
Appreciate you joining too, Jimbo Brock Rice. Want to make sure.
Where's he at? Did I lose him?
Oh, appreciate you joining in. I'll make sure I tell you that too.
Yep.
Mr. Tim Ferguson, as always.
Yeah, Tim. Tim, bless his heart.
Want to make sure you join. Appreciate you joining us tonight.
You know what we need to? Well, all together, we need to say for Tim Ferguson, bless his heart. 1, 2, 3, bless his heart.
Bless his heart.
That's what we do and say. He's a Bama fan. So
he's a Bama fan.
All right, we're going to get out of here. Thank you guys for joining us tonight on our program. We appreciate you always, of course, being with us on today's Sports Report on UGA Football News on Facebook and Instagram. And we do appreciate, as always, our good friends at Southeast Mortgage, the official home loan lender of the Georgia Bulldogs, for making our program possible. Until next time, Matthew, our final words.
Go Dogs!
UGA Football News would like to thank Southeast Mortgage, the official home loan lender of the Georgia Bulldogs, for sponsoring our program today. When the time comes to finance or refinance your home, make the smart choice and get your home loan from Southeast Mortgage. Your friends at Southeast Mortgage are ready to help you. Visit southeastmortgage.com/UGA today for more information. This and previous editions of today's Sports Report can be found at UGA Football News on Facebook and Instagram, on many leading podcast apps, and at todaysportsreport.com. Be sure to join us for our next program as we keep you up to date with University of Georgia football and more. Until then, be safe and go Dogs!